Okay folks, a cracker of a sunny day. Yeah, it was pretty cold this morning and it's warmed up heaps. I felt a bit hot in this outfit with my hoodie up, and I do feel a bit hot now. The nerds will inherit the copier world. Yes, they will, folks. But it was very cold. It felt cold this morning, even though it said on Channel 9 10 to 19 degrees. And the cold, I think it felt more like 7 degrees. I didn't actually look that up just before I left, but basically, yeah, it felt that way. This photocopier sounds rough. Getting old. This machine's more than 5 years old now, since I had it installed back on Friday the 13th of April 2012. I don't believe in all that superstitious shit. It's just a good way of remembering when it was installed. A very memorable sort of a day. I have memory problems, folks. Anyway, let's see what we have here. We have here, it's upside down, a postage stamp with an interesting little picture. We're going to focus on the picture, make it into something really nice. Trying to get it on straight. Tricky trying to get these things straight. It's on crookedly on the envelope, as you'd normally expect. Yeah, I got it on crookedly, actually, very much. But it looks really nice, what it is. I might put it on, yeah, I don't know how it's on so fucking crookedly. I'm just going to see how straight it is on there. It's almost straight on the envelope print, on the envelope thingy. So I'm just going to put the envelope up against the edge. Yeah, folks, I'm trying to get in touch with a lost partner. His name is Luigi, and he shares my passion for photocopiers. And I'm trying to get in touch with him, and it's really proving to be difficult. And I don't have any options but to go on the 6 o'clock news, and I've chosen Channel 9 as the primary channel to do the work, and I don't seem to be getting any airplay. It's really quite a discouraging situation here, but I'm not going to give up, folks. I'm not a person that, when I'm on a good thing, I stick to it, and I know when I was young I did stupid things. I gave up my passion for photocopiers, thinking I could be a better person and less unhealthy about it. But it turned out to be a fucking problem in the end when I did that. And I'm really sorry I did. And I'm really lonely because I'm not with Luigi. And I need to get in touch with him because it's getting very difficult. And I'm not rich. The electricity bills look like they're going to be huge, and I'm unable to afford my own power bill this year. So, I don't know how much it's going to be until I finally get the bill, but it's going to be big because of the heater. But the thing is, I'm rationing my showers. I shower once a week, and I wash my hair once every 2 weeks. So you can imagine it's not the greatest thing to do in the modern society, but that's what happens when you get that kind of shit happening with the bills being too expensive as they are. And the cost of living is just skyrocketed, and I'm really struggling. Yeah, it's really difficult. I'm trying to budget, and I'm also rationing the use of lighting as well. So it's not just the hot water, I'm also just using a torch and a USB charged lantern. So I'm trying my best to conserve power as much as I can, so I can run the heater, because it's really unbearably cold and my body doesn't like extreme temperatures, especially the cold. At least in summer it's easier to use one of these, a fan, but I use a fucking fan heater, and fan heaters are notoriously expensive to run, so I'm not going to get too flippant with the use of my power. So I have to fucking yeah, this is still crooked, folks. Just trying to think how crooked it is, which way I have to turn it. But basically, yeah, it's really difficult to make ends meet, but you know, you have to do it, folks, and you have to do what you have to do. And if that means having to cut your use of some of your luxuries, however much they're everyday luxuries, that shouldn't have to be sacrificed for the dirty dollar. I hate the fucking money, folks. I've never been rich in my life. My parents were never rich. I never earned much money. And this is on a crooked slant. I don't know which way to do it. But I just get so frustrated with the way everything is about money. Everything's about the dirty dollar, and yet people like myself don't have that much to do with the dirty dollar, as in we don't have much of it. I'm going to move it this way. Fuck, I hate this shit. I hate when I can't get this straight. I just pressed it hard. But I'm trying to get in touch with Luigi, and I'm also trying to get recognised as an artist. I'm trying to get recognised for what I'm talented at, because I'm disabled. I have a disability that was diagnosed, and it's gotten me my Centrelink benefits. Now I've moved it around the wrong way. It's fucked up. I got my Centrelink benefits from it, but I can't talk about it because it carries with it a stigma, and stigma is difficult to deal with, and I don't want to deal with stigma. It's hard enough dealing with it. But I got two other disabilities that have not been diagnosed. One of them is the cord around my neck, and I came out feet first, and I had oxygen starvation. My mum used to keep telling me about that traumatic birth when I was young, and I've always had problems learning and retaining information, and the schools never noticed that I had a major problem with my memory. And I got into a lot of trouble at school, and I got a lot of trouble off my parents because of school. That looks better. I think we can run with that. I'm just going to enlarge it bigger. So I used to get into a lot of trouble from school. I used to get treated as if I was a troublemaker, because I'm really smart in other areas of the brain, and that brings me on to the other disability that's not been diagnosed, and that's the high functioning autism, otherwise formerly known as Asperger's. And it caused a lot of social problems, and I couldn't socialise properly. I kept getting teased and bullied. So I never had it really good at school, folks. I never had it good at life. My family life wasn't warm and fuzzy either. So even though I've come closer to mum now, my dad and my brother hate my guts. I know they don't like me, and that's too much. I've done something wrong. I should have made more on the vertical. So yeah, I don't get along with my dad and my brother anymore. My brother got teased and bullied because of me, and he basically hates me because of it. It spread from me to him, and it was really horrible to think that I had to bear the brunt of it because the stupid schoolies thought they'd pick on my brother as well as myself. And that was just such a low blow, folks. It was horrible, to think that they could just pick on my fucking sibling for no reason. It wasn't his fault. If they wanted to fucking pick on someone,
you should have picked on me, you bitches! How dare you make my brother hate me, bitches from Kalani Heights High School? You fuckwits!
You ruined my fucking relationship with my own sibling, you bitches. You are fucking going to pay. Fuckwits. So I had to deal with that, God. Now, what has God got to do with this? Now, why did I use the word God? Yes, I'm a Christian, but Christians don't normally say that. Christians don't normally blaspheme. But was I blaspheming because I was angry at God? Because I know I used to be very angry with God about these things, why it happened. So, I can understand why most people are angry at God for their lot in life, What is it, folks? But basically, I just couldn't get along with the people at school, and I got along with the teachers, but the teachers just most of the teachers, not all of them, most of them. But basically, I just got treated like I was a troublemaker and I couldn't make it. So I'm trying to use my talent here as a photocopier artist and try to make some money for the first time in my fucking life, to make a bit of money and to have a way of living that's really quite comfortable and different to what I've become so fucking used to and not used to. So, I'm really trying my best as an artist to get myself kind of like recognised. And it's difficult, folks, trying to break the past, break the chains of the past. But I have to. I've got to keep going at it. I've got to keep going at it until the past yields. My brother should never have been teased and bullied, but it's too late. He hates my guts. He hates my art. This is what he was teased for, my art. So I'm not happy, and my dad hates my guts. My dad's a bully, and my brother's a bully. They're both bullies, and I hate them both because they remind me of the types of people that I dealt with at school that were really mean and horrible and mean-spirited. But I have to fucking move on and try my best as an artist, as a talented person, to focus on what I can do and not what I can't do. But I need Channel 9's assistance, otherwise I'll never realise my full potential, and I'll be stuck living on Centrelink and living on having to go to an ADE, an Australian Disability Enterprise, as a living to keep me going, just a little bit of extra money on the side, working in what would be classified in the past, years ago, as a sheltered workshop, just for illustrative purposes, folks, a sheltered workshop. And it's no fun, I don't enjoy it, folks. I don't get much money for it and a much satisfaction. I just want to be recognised for what I can do, and this is it, photocopier art, and I want to get paid for it instead of it accumulating in my unit. So, I'm basically over this shit, folks. I really am over the way my past has affected my future. And, and I went through a huge existential crisis from 1989 to 2011. The fear of death. And I know that was the cause of a lot of things, and I'm trying to break that huge chain of my past, or chains. As the Human League says, keep breaking the chains, gotta keep breaking. And I can't remember the exact lyrics. I'm not good with song lyrics, folks. Got to break them again, something like that. Anyway, enough of that, but I'm trying my best, and I do need Channel 9's help to get my stuff to go to air, and it's really difficult, folks, but I'm going to keep going at it. I'm going to keep persisting, as I have been doing for more than a decade. I've worked on this TV shit for more than a decade. It's got to blow sooner or later. It's got to happen, and that's come up looking really quite a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.